the right way to set up your home recording studio. Hello and welcome to MIL's guide to helping you set up your home studio the right way by watching me correct my wrongs. Well, okay, not so wrong, just a studio that didn't always work so well for me. I'm Darren, and before we get going, I'd be hugely grateful if you join the MIL community by subscribing to this channel. Hit that subscribe button and you'll never miss a video from me, especially if you click the bell button too. So in this series, I'm going to go through my studio rebuild in the hope that it may give you some ideas when next building either from scratch or revamping yours. It may also give you some ideas about creating a space that's unique to you. So first of all, my room was already set up. In other words, this isn't a video on which interface you should buy. I already had the essentials, the things we all purchase first when getting into music production: an interface, computer, speakers, that sort of thing. But once you have those things, a problem can arise. We buy stuff not thinking about the simple things of how will it fit in. I don't mean do you physically have enough space. What I mean is, does the monitor screen end up too high, jarring your neck? Do you have to keep unplugging and plugging things back in? Do you constantly have to reach over for the volume dial? Are the speakers in the best possible position? And are you making the most of your interface? I researched a lot of other studios, watched videos, looked at studio desks, considered paying someone, went to IKEA more than once. My wife spent a fortune both times, and I couldn't decide from one IKEA desk to another. I'm glad I didn't go down any of those routes though, because it gave me time to think about what I really needed and what worked personally for me and my job as a composer. Look at what you have and ask yourself, am I optimizing my gear? Is it placed in the best possible position? What's the single most important aspect of my studio? And then build out from there. I ask myself these very same questions. The centerpiece of my studio is the MIDI controller. I use Native Instruments Konplete Kontrol, the old one, and needed 3 screens directly in front of me. Logic screen sets allow me to flip between mixer, piano roll, and score sets, so I can quickly move around Logic with 3 screens. I started my journey by looking at professional studio desks that would house my rack gear, thinking if they were directly in front, it would be a time saver for me, and they look pretty cool. However, I quickly discounted this because I'd struggled to fit everything on. My profession as a composer means I'm writing most of the time, not mixing, so outboard became less important than screens. In the end, I opted for something super simple. To start, I laid everything out on the floor to see how things would work and took the time to measure stuff up. I used my gear, even cut out bits of paper to get a sense of the space needed. This actually really helped because I knew where things would go, how much surface area I needed, and what I could achieve with a few well-planned work areas. So my design was built around 3 surfaces: a platform wide enough for a monitor screen and 2 speaker sets, a simple desk to take 2 screens and a controller keyboard, and a third smaller table for my pedals and synths. Rack gear would go in some kind of cabinet. Okay, not groundbreaking stuff, but the important thing was I worked out how much space I needed for what I have. I considered what were the most important things to me and how easily would I be able to access my stuff. You should consider these things too if your space isn't perfect. With all that in mind, I started to look at different design options. Ordered some legs from eBay, had thick plywood cut to size, found some lovely oak to go with the overall design, and bought some oak trims to make surfaces look professionally finished. By thinking about my needs and realizing there wasn't anything on the market that suited me, I was able to freely set up a space that truly worked for my music. I also took inspiration from Christian Henson's room. I love his industrial looking surfaces and think that's a truly creative, inspiring space. I wanted something not the same, but had a similar vibe. Plus his YouTube channel is awesome. Be sure to check it out. Think about who you are and what represents you. I don't know Christian, but I get a sense his space is a reflection of him. When people walk into your room, who do they see? Prince's studio for example, is often illuminated purple. He was, after all, considered the Purple Prince. Aside the unbelievable gear at the Strong Room studio in London, the space has a very specific creative design that inspires particular artists and great music. Your creative space needs to inspire you and your sound, so think hard about what you want. It doesn't have to be expensive gear, it could just be a particular colour or stylistic design. For me, I wanted something clean, modern and fresh. I wanted it to look like a writing room that would inspire me to get on with the day's work. I may have more gear than you, I may have less, but whatever size your studio, consider your most important needs. What do you do most? What do you touch most of the time? A mouse, a synth, controller keyboard? Where are you looking? I had a screen off to the side for a long time, which was purely for TV cues, but it just didn't work, constantly looking to the side. It really bugged and distracted me. If you avoid the pitfalls that I've suffered by thinking carefully about your needs, creating a style that reflects you and your music, I guarantee you'll end up with a better, more creative space, and ultimately, you'll write better sounding music. So, join me on my journey next time as I vlog my way through the whole Konplete redesign. The ups and downs, the disappointments, the final result. Did it work? Did I achieve my original goals? Be sure to watch the video coming out soon. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already joined my growing MIL community, just hit that subscribe and bell button now so you'll not miss an episode next time.